Before we begin, there's going to be a bit of an announcement at the end of this video about the future of this channel. So if you're one of my subscribers or one of my supporters, stick around for that because it's relevant to you. But let's get into this video. So, Skate 4 gameplay done leaked because y'all said f*** an NDA on accounts with your full government names on display. You crazy boys, you. If you don't know what I'm talking about, footage from the ongoing pre-alpha playtest of Skate 4 leaked on TikTok a few weeks ago. And as I mentioned, there's an NDA involved, and the people who leaked this footage, as I understand it, already got perma-banned. And I'm not going to show you any of that leaked footage here because I'm not too sure about the legal ramifications of that. But the leak itself isn't what I'm here to talk about today. In the comments of these videos, there's a conversation going on where people are comparing Skate 4, as we've seen it so far, and the skate sims, that being Session Skate Sim and SKATER XL, right? And to some degree, Riders Republic, but mostly Session and SKATER XL. Some people think it's not a fair comparison because the skate games are, more arcadey, casual games, whereas the skate sims are a bit more hardcore than most people might be used to. And I get that. But they're skating video games, so comparison is bound to happen, right? One of the biggest things I've seen people saying is that the skate sims kind of shoot themselves in the foot with the realism in a way that it makes them not be fun for casual gamers. Some people don't want to struggle for half an hour to do a hard flip, a backside nose blunt. Some people just want to come in, do it quick and easy, or, do amazing shit really easily with minimal effort, like gapping over entire bridges or something, which, the skate series is known for letting people do. But you can't really do that in a game like Session. But I will say there is still a market for realistic skating video games. And I know a lot of people who play games like Skate 3 and try to make it as realistic as possible. So I don't think in that regard that the skate sims are really going to go anywhere, because I feel like there's a market for both of those things. So tell me in the comments which kind of skating gameplay you prefer. Do you want to do insane stuff like gapping over entire buildings, or do you prefer more realistic gameplay? Speaking of gameplay, do you guys think skate sim style controls would work in a skate game? I imagine it would play a lot like SKATER XL, where you'd use the bumpers to do grabs instead of the triggers. I understand that skate sim style controls would take a bit of getting used to for the average gamer, because I remember when I started playing Session, I was like, what do you mean you use the triggers to turn? What are you talking about? But it's just a thought. They probably will stick to their old controls for Skate 4, but, we can hope, right? There's also the thing about realism from an aesthetic perspective, because I've seen a lot of people say that Skate 4 looks too cartoony and almost like Fortnite. And some people really don't like that, and that's a deal breaker for them. It's not for me personally, because as long as the game is fun and they keep all the same mechanics, I'm down. I don't really mind the art direction that they're going with. I will say though that some of these object dropper items that they've shown in the promotional footage look kind of whack to me, because I can't imagine somebody actually wanting to skate off of stuff that looks like this. But hey, if this is your style, you do you. Speaking of object dropper items and wacky aesthetics, you know that a lot of these things are going to be, for sale in the store that they have in Skate 4. And the whole free-to-play thing is a huge deal breaker for a lot of people, but I kind of get from a business perspective why EA would want to make Skate 4 a free-to-play game. Because think about the nature of skate games, right? They're almost infinitely replayable. Instead of investing, millions of dollars into making a new game every couple of years, you can invest those into improving something you already have if you make a good game to begin with. And, make money off of microtransactions, which I don't understand why people are constantly complaining about these, because you do realize that those are optional, right? Like, no one's putting a gun to your head and making you buy this stuff. Unless they lock, game mechanics behind microtransactions, then we have a problem. If everything else remains consistent, if all the tricks work the same as in previous games, all the mechanics are the same, and nothing is behind a paywall, I'm willing to bet you can go through the entire game without ever buying a microtransaction. Unless, of course, they lock progression behind microtransactions, which again is a scummy thing to do because it'll make the game grindy for those of us who know that they're not going to spend a cent on this game. So, I don't know. How do you guys think they're going to handle microtransactions? I've never bought any microtransaction in any video game I've ever played, so I don't really have much experience with those. I'd really love to hear your thoughts on this. But I can also see from like a gameplay perspective why people would want to stop playing the skate sims in favor of a more polished game like Skate 4 is hopefully going to be. Because take a game like Session, right? In the year and change since I've been playing Session, the gameplay hasn't really improved or changed much. Apart from them fixing the wheel bounce glitch, they haven't really improved anything else. They still don't have grabs, the transition system is still cheeks, and all of the experimental features are just that, experimental. They haven't really changed in the time that I've been playing them. I've had this sentiment echoed over and over again in the fake skate community that creatures seem to have abandoned their game. I don't think that's true. I feel like they probably are still working on some things in the background that just can't be too vocal about them. But if they want to compete, they better haul ass before Skate 4 comes out. I will say, though, that there are things that the Skate Sims have over the Skate series. For example, I like how customizable Session is. There are so many things you can tweak in this game that can make it, more fun for you. Everything from grind friction to pop height to gravity to how far your body is from your board when you pop a trick to do hippie flips and stuff. It's great. And the replay editor. I like Session's replay editor. Of all the skate games I've ever played, I'd say Session has the best replay editor by a wide margin. If you disagree with me on this, tell me which game you think has the best replay editor. But I love Session's replay editor. If you've seen my videos before, you know I use it all the time. I remember when I started playing Session and I saw the two videos I saw that made me want to get good at filming edits in Session are Ocular FS's Rebirth and Part-Time Ninja's Halftone video. I still go back to those a lot because those are, I think, two of the best Session edits I have ever seen, hands down. So shout out to those two guys and the fake skate community as a whole. Speaking of community, a lot of people think that Skate 4 looks too corporatized, like the culture's gone. Because notice how none of the promotional material that they've shown us so far mentions there being, skateboarding pros in the game. Yeah, they've interviewed a couple of people, but they never really say whether these people are featured in the game. Whereas a game like Session, you have Day One Song teaching you how to do manual stuff, Beagle teaching you how to film. So it still feels like Session is very much in tune with the culture. And the historical challenges as well, right? It feels like they wanna keep skateboarding culture going. Whereas Skate 4, by the looks of it, just looks like a video game. Some would even call it a cash grab. But hey, game development is a business, right? People have to make money. If that pisses you off, I don't know what to tell you. Whether you think Skate 4 is going to completely destroy SKATER XL and Session, or whether you think that those games are going to be just fine, I look at these games the way a fat kid looks at cakes. A fat kid won't look at two cakes and think, this cake is better than that cake. A fat kid will look at them and think, wow, I'm getting two cakes, and I'm just glad to be getting another skate game. And now for that announcement I talked about. I now have a Twitch channel. So go follow your boy over there. I'm going to start streaming soon. Some skateboarding game stuff as well as other things as well. I'm looking for someone to play Split Fiction with right now and figuring out my streaming setup. So there's gonna be some growing pains with that, but hopefully it turns out okay. This is all I have for you today. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for watching. Check out my session playlist if you want to see some cool session edits. And I will see you in the next one. Peace.